Hi, everybody. Welcome to Ask Us Anything on this November Sunday evening.
And it's Veterans Day Eve, and it's also the birthday of hoorah, the United States Marine Corps. Happy birthday to all of our leathernecks out there, the Marines. Love you guys. Thank you for your service, and all of you. I hope you are thoroughly celebrated tomorrow for and thanks for all of your sacrifices. We think Veterans Day is a big deal here in the United States, and we salute you. Welcome to Ask Us Anything. We're Mike and Jen, and it's kind of been a real mellow weekend for us.
It's been a busy weekend.
Yeah, I've had I've been formatting a new computer all day, and that's never any fun. And well, it's kind of fun, but man,
a new computer is always fun.
Well, yeah. Kind of, it just makes little tasks that it does that make things easier.
Are you saying you've had so many computers that it's no longer fun?
Well, there's a whole list of things that you have to, it'll move a lot of stuff over, but there's all these things. Then you got to go in and enter all your passwords. And you never can remember all your passwords. And they know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, maybe. I'm wondering if they're getting the drift that I'm pulling your leg.
Oh, they probably did. I didn't. Okay. You do that to me all the time. I think you're serious. All right. Welcome. Thanks to Phyllis for helping to get everything going and getting the questions sorted out and put up on the screen. Quick reminder to those of you who are members of our RV lifestyle community at rvcommunity.com. The Afterglow is right afterwards tonight. Give us a couple minutes and we go upstairs to Jennifer's office up there, and we'll go live up there and kind of let our hair down a little bit more here.
I'm having trouble though, because I got a poacher up there taking my land.
That would be me. Yeah. Yep. Well, we can do it from down here.
I'm teasing you.
Yeah, but you say that, and then you get all these people yelling at me because I'm stealing your property.
It's good for you.
No, it isn't. Anyway, we'll do that. It's right after we go off the air here. Give us like 4 or 5 minutes, and we'll be on. So we'll tell you again, but that's always fun for those of you who are members of the community. Some interesting comments usually show up from that, and it's really good. You better watch it. I might put some of you on the air with us.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah. As soon as I ask them to invite them to be on the camera, they all disappear. But we'll see what happens. All right, let's get to all the kind people. The weather here in Michigan is cool, and it was rainy today, but not too bad. And KK Kayak tells us it's
greetings from wet Wisconsin.
Yes. That means it's going to rain again tomorrow. That's coming over from there. How you doing, KK? Sharon Childress.
Hello from Branchville, New Jersey. The weather is more like fall now, but we really enjoyed the warm weather this past week.
Yeah, it's going to warm up a little bit more in the 50s, but every week I think it drops a couple of degrees. So we're working on it. But I think we had another week of good weather. Carol Fife.
Hello from Chesterland. Can't stay for entire episode. Company, and we'll replay later.
Well, maybe we'll talk about you while you're going on your leave then, Carol. But if you're coming back, we can't say anything too much. So, well, thanks for checking in with us tonight, Steve Egbert out there on the West Coast.
Hi, everyone. Sunny and 75 here in California.
November in California is a good one, isn't it? It's always a good month. Thanks, Steve. RV to Heaven. That's a great name.
Hello from Miami, Florida.
Yep. How you guys doing down there? Thank you for being with us. And Joy G. Anderson.
Comment. Love the sweatshirt, Mike. The show is great.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Thank you, Joy G. It's our favorite one. I'm an investor in that show, actually, Joy G. Jenna Berry King.
Hi, Mike and Jen from rainy night in Georgia.
Oh, yeah. It's a good, sometimes it's nice to be in the house or in an RV with the rain coming down. It's very cozy. I like it. Craig.
I love the Oliver. How about looking at the 25-foot Airstream?
Maybe. We've done that several years in a row. We look at that at the Tampa RV show. We probably will do so again this year. So I don't see it happening anytime soon, but the Oliver was very unique, and we haven't looked at that in a long time. People have been telling us for a long time go see it. And the ironic part is it's just near our property in Tennessee.
Just a
It's
few
20
miles
away.
from our property in Tennessee, and we would set up appointments, and then something would happen and we couldn't go.
So we really enjoyed it. And if you don't know what we're talking about, go over to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/RV Lifestyle, and you can see the Oliver. It's a really cool little high quality fiberglass trailer.
I've been giving a lot of thought to the refrigerator in the Oliver because it's a very small freezer. And I thought they originally designed these for their salespeople who were out on the road. And a salesperson on the road, chances are most of them are not going to take a bunch of frozen entrees.
Yeah.
They're going to be eating out, or, I can't.
And that refrigerator doesn't hold standard size cans, so they're not going to be able to bring their beer.
Well, the top
I
of
think
the
the new ones
refrigerator
can.
door was filled with Coke cans.
This is a newer refrigerator than the previous one that for some reason they had little containers there, but they wouldn't fit it. But this one will.
Mm-hmm.
But
because I had never seen a freezer that small. I mean,
it's literally that big.
A couple of
that big and about that deep. Go look at the video and you'll all see what we're talking about. Hey, Randy Dexter.
Good evening from North Carolina. It was raining leaves here this week, and half of the leaves have fallen. Do you have a discount code for the NRVTA online course?
I don't know. I don't think we do, Randy. I don't think we do. Just tell me you saw about it from RV Lifestyle, but we do not have one. So Road Trip Buddy checks in.
You missed a good dinner tonight.
Oh, you did. Buddy.
What's for dinner this evening? Do you like any type of shrimp entree? I like fried shrimp.
I like shrimp.
I like cold
shrimp fettuccine.
Some sauce.
Shrimp fettuccine. Shrimp and jambalaya. Oh, yeah. Cajun shrimp.
You're more the fish eater than I am. I made a good dish with chicken and stuffing and cranberries and
what do we
squash.
call that?
It doesn't have a name.
Well, we need to make one. You got to have a name, don't you think, community?
When we get off here, I'll tell you the history of that dish.
Okay.
We went to a party at Margie Reedy's. Oh. And some woman brought that dish.
Yeah.
And it's so simple.
What do you call it when you make it? You
I don't. You
say chicken.
All it is a chicken breast.
Yeah.
I pound it down a little bit so it's not too thick. You put a piece of Swiss cheese on it. You take a stick of butter and 3 cups of stuffing and mix that together. Put it on top of the chicken and the Swiss cheese. Get a can of mushroom soup and then half a cup of water. Mix that together. Put it on top of that. And then you bake that in the oven for 90 minutes. And they say 325 at 90 minutes. And it's so easy. It's good. It's probably not good for you, but it's easy.
I really wish you hadn't said that.
Why?
Because people are going to say, oh, Jen, send us the recipe. Write it down.
Well,
then that means who's going to write it down?
They just got to listen up.
Who's going to write it down?
4 pieces of chicken.
No, stop.
Swiss cheese. It's not that hard.
Okay.
They can do it.
They can do it. You can hit rewind and write it down.
Yeah.
Okay. And Pelican. Oh, and you put cranberries on it. It's really good.
When you eat it, you've discovered putting cranberries on top of it.
Gosh.
And that's better, the cranberries on top of it rather than next to it.
Yes.
So,
and Pelican, sunny California.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds nice, sunny California.
Holly Nethers.
What class B+ would you buy right now?
I really don't want to answer that until I've checked out one more that we're going to go to this week, but
we're babysitting.
We're babysitting, and we have a double date to go to for our annual eye checkup. On the off season like this is when we get all of our annual medical stuff. So, but there are several really nice B+. There's some of them are incredibly expensive, $250,000, $300,000, up closer to that. And they're very nice, some of them. But I've got one I want to check out. We just reviewed one this week, and I'm not going to tell you the name of it because somebody else that does what I do will go and try and do the same thing and beat us on the air with it. But we just went to review one in Elkhart, Indiana this week, and we really liked it. It's different. It's kind of like the Olivers, very unique. And then we have one more that we want to check out before the holidays kind of slows down our travel. And then I can give you an answer. But I do think that if we were to get a small motorhome again, we're not going to get rid of our Montana fifth wheel. We love that. We're going to always have that, or another one if we upgrade that in a couple of years. But we do miss the boondocking and spontaneous trips in the middle of the woods, and that's why we'd like to have a B plus van. So we are kind of looking.
Did everybody notice with the Oliver that there were 2 steps to get in?
Remember, Oliver's a travel trailer.
A travel trailer. There were 2 steps to get in, and it's manual.
Manual, yeah.
Yeah, and for the door, I found it I liked it for the door. There was this great big old hook, and you hook the door open. How many of us have lost a door, or we can't open the door because the wind catches it and blows? But this hook, I mean, just the simplest little things. Yeah. It's kind of fun to see what small companies do.
I think one of the things that they did that was the most unique that I've seen is they put the Stinky Slinky built into the back bumper, and it's kind of like a little space there, so you can leave that hooked up to the dump pipe, the drain pipe, that bayonet pipe. You can leave it hooked up, and after you clean it, or just throw it back in there. But it's not in a compartment where you have other things, and maybe like your electrical cord or your hose, your freshwater hose, and just little innovative things like that I thought were really cool. It's a very unique travel trailer. Please go see that, and you'll see it within. Some of the things you see like in a travel trailer, you may want to have in a motorhome, or you may want to have in a fifth wheel. And that's why we love looking at all these different and doing these reviews. Mm-hmm. And if you guys have other ones you want us to do, besides the 25-foot Airstream, which we'll try and do for you at Tampa, send us a note. We'll do it. Phyllis Glabe.
What kind of shades were there on the Oliver trailer? And I was confused about the compost toilet and the black tank I saw on the tour. We don't know what kind of shades they had.
Well, they were. Yeah, we played with them. They were blackout shades of some sort.
And there was also a screen that you could pull up.
I don't know the Oliver doesn't have a black tank in it. I guess they could. No, they don't. They only have a freshwater and a gray tank. You might have seen in the original, it looked black, but it wasn't the black sewage tank in it. They either have a compost. Wait a minute. I'm getting the one we saw this past week confused with it. You're right. They do have a black tank available if that's what you want, but they were selling the one that we toured with a compost toilet. This is it. When we toured one RV last week and one the week before, so I'm getting the 2 of them confused.
Yeah, I'm getting confused too, because I started thinking about the one that we just saw,
which also has a very unique
very unique toilet, and you're going to want to see because it's very unique. So,
but yes, it does have a black tank available if you want it, but they're telling us that most of their customers end up with the composting toilet, not a cassette toilet, a composting toilet. And then there's no need for a black tank, and it's even lighter. So, but you can get it with one if that's who you want, I think. Jenna Berry King.
Appreciated your Oliver travel trailer review. We have a 2019 Oliver and really enjoy it.
Now, do you have a black tank in yours, Jenna, or what do you use? You might comment on that. We'll talk on it. But yeah, I was surprised with it. It's really nice.
I liked it.
Yeah, I did too. Somebody wrote me on our YouTube, and it was one of those nasty comments that people got, and they said, we didn't know anything, and if we'd brought our dog in, they would see that dog hair clings to the fiberglass. I don't know. So Jenna, answer that if you've noticed that when you go. But we didn't bring Bo in it because Bo was with us, but we didn't bring him in the factory.
For 40 years, I have had dog hair from a Norwegian elk hound. Bo is our 4th Norwegian elk hound. And let me tell you about dog hair. Clinging.
We know about dog hair.
Anything and everything.
Bo is at our feet right now.
Yeah, he's a good boy. I mean, dog hair is dog hair. When you have a dog, you're going to have dog hair, unless you get one of these non-shedding.
Just a quick reminder for most of you, those of you who are members of the RV community, afterwards, we do the Afterglow, kind of a debrief of what we just talked about. And that comes, about, give us 5-10 minutes after this goes on, we'll go on live on the community. And I think there's an event listed for it. And no, there isn't. Never mind. Usually there's an event listed and you could just reserve it and then you'd know when we're live. But now you'll have to go look. But we'll go on right afterwards. All right, back to the comments from everybody here. Who we got? Les Howard.
Just got severe thunderstorm warnings, 50-mile-per-hour winds and hail, southeast Michigan.
Really?
Huh.
We're in Southwest Michigan?
Yeah, we're in
and
southwest Michigan.
Nothing like that here. Wow, that's unusual because usually it comes from our direction. Facebook user.
Howdy from Rockport, Texas. A high of 87 today and humid here.
Yeah, well,
Not
you
real
know, that's
fond of
not going to
humid.
last, but you're down there way in southern Texas, and that's pretty good. Awesome. And Pelican?
Any recommendations for a sway bar for a Class B?
No, you don't put sway bars on Class Bs. Those are on trailers.
Maybe they're towing a car.
Oh, I don't think you put a sway bar on it. You just use I don't know. I have no idea what you mean, Ann, but you wouldn't. A sway bar is for a travel trailer. Now, maybe I'm missing something, but I don't know. If you mean like the Blue Ox, I think is the big company that has the tow, the hitch or the mount that is a plate that goes on the car and connects to the receiver, the trailer hitch receiver on the back of a B. Maybe there's something that is like that for that. I don't know. We've never towed a car with a Class B, so I can't help you. Kathy Reed.
Greetings from sunny Florida, 85 today. That sounds nice.
Sunny and nice in California, hot and humid in South Texas, and 85 in Florida. That's still pretty warm for this time of year. It's usually when it starts to cool. Dorian Kalin.
Hello from Tampa. What is your opinion of a composting toilet? We are looking at a camper, and that is what comes in it. I am not sure.
Well, I don't want a cassette toilet. We can tell you that. It reminds me of the porta potties when we first started camping when we were with our young kids many decades ago. And that was enough. I'm never going to get something like that I have to lug around and empty. But a composting toilet kind of breaks it all down. I have never used one, and I'm not too interested in looking at somebody else's to see what it looks like. Those who have them say they really like them. That it makes it so much easier. You don't have to worry about all that black sewage. There's another type of toilet out there that's getting a lot of buzz now, the Lavio toilet. And it too is a no water toilet. And I think we're going to see a lot more of composting toilets and the Lavio and similar toilets for RVs in the next year. A lot more, I think. But I've never used a composting toilet, and it's not the kind of thing you can go ask somebody, hey, do you mind if I use your composting toilet and see how it does? But those who have it, I can tell you, think it's really great. I didn't think I'd ever want one, but we're seeing it more and more and hearing about it more and more. People, particularly who make their own RVs and do their own customizations, are really liking those composting toilets. Johnny Lightning.
And he's coming from Bayou Signet near New Orleans.
The state park there. We love that place. That's one of our favorite parks. I know we're going to stay there come this fall. So we'll be that way. We love that park, and it's really close to the city too. So it's good. Mirarez Alto 1.
Hi, from Munster, Indiana. I am done with my land, hole in wall, Tennessee. I got water, septic, and electric. My question is, did you sell your land yet?
No, it's not for sale. We talked about it a year ago, maybe even longer than that. But no, we decided, and we talked about why we decided that we really wanted to keep it. I think, the time will come when we will sell it, I'm sure.
Because we don't get down there enough.
And, I don't know. But we were just down there last week. So we really enjoyed it. The week before last, I guess. No, it's been a week. Yeah.
When I first read that, I thought, I'm done.
Yeah.
Meaning I've had it. But that means you're done with the water, septic, and electric.
Yeah. Well, you're almost a neighbor. So enjoy. Yep. That's great. How cold is it getting in that area? Well, it gets cold. It gets real cold. Last year they had snow. They had one day of 4 or 5 inches of snow, at least in the Linden area, just 20 miles to your west. And we did a gathering there 2 years ago in October, when we thought the temperatures would be in the 70s in the daytime and the 50s at night. And a cold snap came in. They've never had one like that early, and it was 28 degrees for 2 days in a row. And then our gathering ended, and it was 70 degrees
it went
again.
warm again.
But in general, the temperatures in the daytimes are in the 50s, sometimes in the 40s, sometimes in the 60s. And we were there one early February, and it was a 70-degree day. So much milder than many other places, but it does get cold. And, you want to make sure you got propane in your heater. Enjoy your new place. That sounds great. Facebook user, which Coach Battery S do I recommend? Lithium. If you can swing it, get lithium. Yes, you can get AGM and they work just great, but in the long run, lithium are so much better than wet cells, AGM batteries. Just, go with it. Bite the bullet. Prices are coming down. There's lots of competition out there from many different companies. We have always recommended Battleborn. We're big fans of Lithionics. I think they make a really good battery. And there are a couple of others on the market, but those are the two that I'd recommend: Battleborn or Lithionics. And I believe Winnebago has a proprietary brand of their own that I hear good things about too. So, Janet Matthews.
Edmund Fitzgerald Museum at Whitefish Point is broadcasting the annual memorial right now during your AUL.
Well, I'm glad you chose to be here with us. Yeah, the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald.
Yeah.
Davis, Tandy, and Buster.
Hello from a dreary Knoxville. Cloudy all day, but no rain. That's Michigan weather.
Yeah.
Cloudy.
We're going through our 15,000 photographs on my iPhone last night. Actually, for the last week, trying to want to frame a few of them. And all these pictures of Michigan, these great sites, they're all cloudy. They really have a country. Yeah, we were looking for particularly a couple of shots in Yellowstone, and you really want to frame it. You want to have a nice looking sky, and they were all like gray. Janice Smith.
Greetings from Santa Rosa RV Resort.
We know that one well. Yes. Say hi to all those folks there from us, will you? We enjoyed it. Anne.
Hello from Pinery in Grand Bend, Ontario.
Another place we know well.
Yeah, a rainy day. Good evening for cards.
Yep, right on the Canadian Ontario side of Lake Huron, the Pinery Provincial Park. Beautiful, beautiful park.
Yes, it is.
RV to Heaven.
I would like an update on your ham radio installation in your RV, Mike.
Well, take a look at the video I did, not yesterday, but the week before, and you can see where I have it. And I've been talking on our RV community. We have a space there for ham radio operators as well, who are RVers. And in about a week's time, I'm just assembling all the equipment over here. Just turn that a little bit. You can see all my radio gear there. Not very well, you can't see it. But I'm assembling, we're going to have a Wires X fusion room just for RVers. And my intent with that is that as you travel, using like a hotspot, which is one of these things, it interfaces with your radio and the internet. Using that, you can talk in your mobile on a small handy talkie or on a ham radio transceiver to people all over the country. And we'll use it as we travel and just hang out. So I'll be announcing that on the RV lifestyle community at rvcommunity.com to the ham radio space. I'll be announcing that as soon as it's ready. And I've been talking a lot about it. So go on over there and take a look. But that's it. Chris Mondo Biondo.
Good evening, RV lifestyle friends from Kansas.
Hey, Chris. It's called the weather's headed east. So hopefully you're good out there in Kansas and didn't get stuck. Coop's RV Adventures.
This is amazing. We are eating that exact recipe tonight. It's just about done.
Oh,
that is amazing.
It is really a good meal. It is good. Good to see the Coop's RV Adventures with us tonight. Sarah Robert.
Hi, what are the advantages of having the RV on your property versus storing it? Our HOA allows no RVs. Do you tinker on the camper? Do you sleep in it? Do you put house guests in it? Should we move? I would move because I like my RV close by. We stored ours for a while because the fifth wheel we couldn't get in our
in
driveway.
our previous house,
In our last house, and that got old.
And I love to go out and look at it. I go in it every day. Sometimes when I don't have to run the heater, I'll go in and actually work on there. It's like a little man cave. And sometimes you'll go in there and I can't find you and you're in there putzing around. So yeah, we tinker on it, and it's on our own property. I can make sure it's easy to visit, that there are no mice in it. We can also, eyes and ears is for good security. We don't have to worry about somebody stealing anything or breaking into it. We've heard lots of stories over the years of people who have their RV in storage, and sometimes they come to check on it and there's somebody living in it. So that isn't going to happen on your own land, and we like that. So I don't like it enough to move, but it would be a factor in, if I was thinking about moving, it'd be a good factor to say, well, we can keep the RV there. We did put a concrete pad in, and I put 30 and 50 amps, and I put 2 hookups in case friends come.
And we keep talking about maybe somehow attaching that to our septic field to have somehow.
Our septic is way back this way and the RV's out that way, and I think we'd have to make a separate system for it, unfortunately.
But I mean, if we had a septic field for it, we would put guests out there.
Yeah, we would sleep in it.
Yeah, because we've got water close by and we've got the electric, and I think guests like having their own space.
Yes, yeah. It's Chris Mondo Biondo.
The Grinch RVs are super nice. Grinch, are we going to go see those?
They're out in California. No, we're not.
No, it's not.
We saw them at Tampa. We'll probably look at them again this end. They are very nice. They're all on the Sprinter. They don't have a B+, I don't think. It's all Bs, but very nice, high quality, but very, very expensive. Kino Weatherman.
I love the award wall behind you. How do you know how cold you can camp with tank heaters without learning from experience?
Well, you can camp as long as you have the inside of the, well, it depends on what kind of a camper you got. Let's back up there. If you have something old with all the plumbing exposed on the underside of the RV, where the cold is just going to, really hit it hard, that's different from some of the newer ones that now have the plumbing run inside in a protected area where the heat ducts also, heat the space that the pipes are in. If that's the case, you can camp in that right on through. If the temperature's below freezing during the day and the night, I would not I would make sure that it's winterized. I'd run antifreeze to the system and drain all the water. And then just, we camp all the time in the winter, and you flush with antifreeze, and you bring your own bottled water, and that's good. So anyway, the general rule of thumb is if the temperature is below freezing day and night, then you really need to have either the heater running all the time inside that RV, or you have to have antifreeze. That is for those that have the pipes in a heated area. If the pipes are exposed on the outside, if the temperature gets down well below freezing for anything over a few hours, you're going to have problems if you don't have water, if you don't have it winterized. So hope that helps, Kino Weatherman. Tina Henry.
Would you consider a discussion on your website just for Utah?
I don't know what you mean.
You would just talk about all the parks and places to camp and everything, because Utah is such a national park, such a destination place.
So is Montana and Wyoming and Texas and
California.
But we have so many rooms on the on the community to start talking about it. People everybody wants to go to Utah. So the more you talk about it, you'll have a lot of people. And if I just say Utah only, and then we have just Texas only, people would miss out on a lot. So we'd really have to have one for every state, and that's pretty unwieldy. So, but just start talking about it. You know, everybody loves it. I mean, you got 5 national parks there, for crying out loud. It's like the most awesome state.
You start
for-
asking questions, and
Yeah.
you'll get
lots
to
of
talk
people
about
talking.
Utah.
And Jenna Berry King.
Okay, our Oliver has fresh, black, and gray tanks.
Yep.
Our fridge is 3-way with a freezer big enough. I pack in enough meat for a 2-month trip.
Well, take a look at the freezer on the ones we showed you in our video.
Yeah, it is little.
You cannot park enough freezers in there. It's that wide, and it's maybe this long.
It's little.
Yeah, I mean it's really small. But yeah, I thought they do come with black tanks, but a lot of people get in the composting. Georgie Anderson.
The Afterglows are great. Thanks for doing those.
That's a perk for all those who are on our RV community, and I'm just going to do a unabashed promotion of that. If you're sick of Facebook and its ads and its artificial intelligence somehow figuring out what you're thinking, and then as soon as you ask or mention something, you're bombarded with ads about it. If you're sick of all the nastiness, come to RV community. We've had this up now for not quite a year, and it's just been such a breath of fresh air. People, and I think the difference in ours are these are serious RVers. They're friendly RVers. They want to help. They want to make friendships with other people. So come and check us out. And rvcommunity.com is where you go to do it. This announcement was brought to you by Jennifer Wendland. Thank you for your support. Yeah. All right. What else do we got? Eugene Brown.
Would you consider a smaller travel trailer instead of a Class B motorhome? You might find one that is high quality in addition to the Oliver.
Yes, there's a couple of them that are out there, but no, I don't think so. If I was going to tow something, I want to tow a fifth wheel. We at one point owned a small
Shasta.
Lightweight. Well, we owned 2, actually. We owned a Shasta early on, and then we bought a Springdale, 19-footer or 20-footer. I think it was a 20-footer that we took out west.
I forgot about
we
that
towed
one.
that with a Class B Sprinter van. We towed it.
We did.
And it's just so much different towing with the fifth wheel. So much easier. So I would not get a travel trailer. Jennifer always likes the Airstreams, but you know, I guess I can't rule anything out with my wife because she loves all of those RVs. Donna Joyce. Hi, Donna.
She's from North Dakota. For your ham license, is it applicable to both of you or just one person?
Just one person. Just one. Yeah.
One person.
Yep. And it's to be able to operate on the stuff we're talking about now. It's a technician license, which is the easiest license to get. There's no Morse code that you have to know. I do like Morse code and do use it, but you don't have to. And just go to arrl.org and you can learn all about what you need. Gibbs Gaming.
Hi from Maryland. Got the camper winterized yesterday. What brand of antenna did you buy for your mount? Thinking about getting that set up for my Ram 250. 500.
The mount that I have a dual antenna mount that I got from Bulletproof Diesel. And that goes over the rear tail light. You can see it in all of our videos. And I have a Larson dual bander. I don't remember what model it is for the ham part. And then I also have a GMRS Midland 432 antenna for GMRS. So I have the 2 antennas. It looks really cool. But I've never heard. Yes, I think we do need a couple more. I've never heard anybody on GMRS in 6 weeks of traveling now with that thing all over the country. Not a single person. And I've only heard a couple ham calls, but we're going to change that when we get our room. So our Yaesu Fusion room. Johnny Lightning.
Here's Mike. Let's see. Is talking about a suspension sway bar. Lots of folks will sell them for the van. The bigger, the better. It will not affect ride, only how much the van leans on corners. I never heard of such a thing.
Yeah, I don't know. We never towed, so I don't know a thing about that, Johnny. But Ann does, and there you go. So maybe that is something she wants. Yes.
A surprise visit from Phyllis. I think that it's a suspension sway bar, so the suspension on the van itself. The suspension on the van itself has.
Oh, it's not with the towing thing. Yeah, I've never needed one, and that's all I can say. Thanks. You're seeing all the comments there, but yeah, no, I don't know. I've never had one and never needed one. We have dualies on our van, and that made all this difference in the world. John Ford.
Okay, hello from Texas. John and Peggy from Tomball. Ask about cell phone coverage and lack of Wi-Fi on an Alaskan trip for our tire pressure monitor system on our 29-foot trailer. Will it work when no cell?
Well, your tire pressure monitoring system does not need Wi-Fi. It basically creates its own Wi-Fi network separate from the cell, and it transmits to the receiver, which would be in your truck. So it will work. Yes, you don't have to worry about a cell phone connection. It's just a small little transceiver. It's like a wireless camera, just transmits, to the receiver, to the monitor. This is the same way your tire pressure monitoring system works. That's assuming you have the kind that screw on to the air valves. Some higher end RVs and motorhomes have the tire pressure monitoring systems inside the tire itself, and they're connected to the dashboard. Those are in motorhomes. So I'm thinking that you have, I don't know what.
This isn't working, this camera here. You can't see the screen.
Yeah, I can't. I don't think you have I think you're in a towable. So you don't have to worry about cell phone service. Your tire pressure monitoring system will work. You don't need cell. Airstreamer. Hello,
we are in Alabama right now, heading to Mississippi tomorrow. Jim and Michelle.
Well, drive careful. Enjoy it. Hopefully it's still halfway decent weather. Question, my Pacifica can tow 3,500 pounds. Is there an RV that it can handle? Yeah, there are some super small teardrops. Try one of those. 2 people in it. Teardrops. There are some ultra light small RVs from a couple of different manufacturers, but you don't have a lot of towing with that. 3,500 pounds is not a lot, but I mean that's really less than the weight of most cars. So a teardrop, you can tow a teardrop. There's some pretty cool teardrops out there, so check from there. You really want to have something a little bigger, even on those ultralights that they say that you can do it. There's only a couple that you can. I would not recommend it. Bud Lenardi.
Okay, Thanksgiving trip next to California. Happy birthday to our active and retired Marines. Marines' 249th birthday.
Yep, we mentioned that at the very top of the program. Today's the day. Thank you, sir. Linda Ward.
Hello from Robbinsville, New Jersey. We are working on our plans for Alaska for next year. It is a long, long way from here. That it is, Linda.
Well, you and Rich, Linda, will have it all figured out and memorized, and knowing you guys, you'll have every mile covered and you won't have any surprises. So
you could probably
lead a caravan by the time you get your research done. Linda is a researcher. She's a very curious woman, and she will have it all figured out. So
yeah, you should
that's gonna be a great trip.
5 or 6 other people to join you.
Yeah, maybe you can make some money on it, Linda. Give them a call. Barbara Lucas.
Suggestions for the best way to privately sell a personal travel trailer.
I don't have any experience selling RVs on Facebook Marketplace, but the last 3 or 4 people that I have talked to who have sold an RV this year have all sold them on Facebook Marketplace. I don't usually recommend Facebook Marketplace because it's filled with scammers and thieves. But in the last one I had, somebody said, oh yeah, the guy was going to give me full price and he offered even a little bit more because he really wanted it. And then it turned out that the guy didn't even have title to it. He wanted him to pay off the loan, so then he'd have the clear title. And I said, gee, what are you doing this for? Think about that. Does that make sense? But if you're comfortable screening people and making sure that you go to the bank and that it's real money that you're getting and not fake stuff, go for it. It's pretty, they seem good. I don't know whether I would sell one that way. It costs a little bit more. RV Trader is a publication that people advertise, to sell their stuff with. But try Facebook Marketplace and just know that you're going to have to do a lot of screening, and don't meet people unless it's in a public spot, and don't ever sign a title unless you're making sure that you have a valid. Don't pay money unless you're sure you have a valid title in hand, and be very skeptical because there are a lot of unethical people out there. SK.
Do you have any tips for traveling with kitty cats? We have adopted 2 adult cats. We're worried they might escape when we're going in and out of our motorhome. They are indoor only cats.
There are so many little cages and cat playscapes that you can get that you can carry around in your RV. Who's the guy that has 2 cats? Nomadic Fanatic. He's a YouTuber. Kind of a wacky guy, but he travels with 2 cats, and he's tested out a bunch of these cages and stuff that keep the cats from running out. We've met many people who have cats, and they don't tend to run away. They tend to be very skittish and stay inside the RV because they're indoor cats. But that's something you always have to worry about. Make sure that you don't want them to be able to get out,
especially because you've adopted the 2 cats. Adult cats. It's not like you've raised them since they were kittens, but go for it.
Yeah. But check around. I don't know if any other RVers have done cat stories, but he's always testing out gears for his 2 cats. It's Nomadic Fanatic. And you can look at his stuff.
Another pitch for the community. We have a whole section for traveling with pets.
Oh,
So-
we do.
Yes.
Just go over to the community.com, and look at RV traveling with pets and push the questions there, and you'll get a lot of responses. SK.
I'm trying to think. One couple that we traveled with at Shipshawana, did they have 2 or 3 cats?
3, and then weren't we just with a bunch of people on the Maritime tour? A couple of them had cats, and we didn't even know it because nobody ever saw the cats.
And some people take their cats for walks on a leash.
Yep. So go to the community, rvcommunity.com, and you can find it. Janet Matthews.
And Janet's thoughts about Teardrop trailers. Curious about New Camp brand.
New Camp's cool. We look at them all the time. They always get our attention because they're small and tiny and really nice. You got to be able to crawl around your hands and knees a little bit. But you got all the basics there, and New Camp makes a really nice one. Another one, small trailer, if not Teardrop, is Nobo. Sounds short for No Boundaries. And we've seen them in Tampa. And when we go to Tampa this year, we'll try and pick 1 or 2 and do a little more detailed review on it for you, Janet. Kelly H.
Hello from Western New York. We would like to find a good security camera system to set up on our travel trailer exterior. Any recommendations if we have no internet access?
Well, you're not going to be able to get a notification of anybody on your property, so no point in investing in a Wi-Fi camera. Get a trail cam, and you'll just want to, if anything's gone, you can go back and check the trail cam. You can get trail cams, fairly reasonable, any outdoor store, or just go to Amazon. I think we've done a couple of reviews. I have trail cams that I use here on our Michigan property, keep track of all my deer and wild animal buddies. And that's how we enjoy the animals. And just set up a trail cam, because if you don't have internet access, you can't very much see it. Now, some of these, if you have cell phone access, some of them will work with the cell phone system. So just look for Wi-Fi security cameras or trail cams. That's one of those will be your solution, I think, Kelly. The rest.
How is the inflatable skirt doing? We don't have an underbelly on our 2022 Jayco. I blame my husband for that. Careful how I make sure I say that right.
Laughing out loud.
Yeah. Do you know someone who can install one on camper?
No, I don't. And don't ask us. We did it. We installed these inflatable skirts on our previous fifth wheel 2.5 years ago in a snowstorm.
Yeah. And the mice said thank you. They absolutely loved the housing that we arranged for them.
We did. The mice were all underneath there, and it was nice and warm. But we don't use that. It was cumbersome. Didn't get any leaks or anything, but it just was cumbersome. And I think I put the wheel protectors on it as well. And when I went to take them off, living inside the wheel protector right next to the wheel was about a whole mouse family. And I felt terrible sticking them out into the cold, but I didn't want them sitting next to the rubber of the tires.
They came in the house. Don't worry.
They did. They came in the house. They're all kicked back like with a Tom and Jerry cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
But I would not recommend those inflatable skirts. They work. I think what most people do is they get these vinyl boards that are kind of like billboard type material. You can get them at home goods stores, and they cut them to length and size, and then they put those around to keep the air from going underneath the RV. But trust me, the mice will like them.
It's a good plan to keep the air from going up and under your RV.
Yep. Don't forget,
but we did it during a blizzard. I mean, it was crazy.
But we had fun doing it. We didn't have fun doing it. I think we had fun. Well, it made a good video. Everybody laughed.
A good video.
Okay, we're almost done here, and give us a couple minutes, and we're going to go up to another part. We'll turn off the studio here and let down our hair a little bit more, and do our Afterglow, where you guys in the RV community can ask us all the questions you didn't think we'd answer because they're too sensitive for the mass audience. That's not true, really. We answer anything here as well as there. But it's just kind of fun to jump on for a few minutes with everybody. So we're going to have to disturb Bo, who's having a nice sleep.
I'm going to beat you upstairs.
Okay, you going to leave me?
Mm-hmm.
Why? Why are you running?
We got to go upstairs.
Oh, I know, but I got to shut up. Oh, I got to shut everything down.
Oh.
Okay.
So I'm going to beat you.
Okay, you're going to beat me. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I'll see you guys who are part of the RVcommunity.com. We'll be doing the Afterglow. To all of you who joined us tonight, thank you so much. Lots of stuff coming up. Podcast this week. And Saturday video is on winterizing, how I did the winterizing, and the little wrench in the wheel this time was our new washer dryer, which changed the way I winterized it a little bit. I had to go back to antifreeze, but we'll show you that on Saturday. And on Wednesday, the podcast, we got some follow-ups on this ridiculous California law, which is affecting right now the sale of a whole bunch of motorhomes, banning, in effect, many of them from being sold in California and 5 other states. A lot of reaction to that. And some legislation now that heavy-duty truck makers, Ford is sending out notices that some of their big heavy-duty trucks will not be able to be sold either under this California ACT, this truck legislation that has everybody up in arms. So we'll be sorting that story out over the next couple of days, and that'll be on the podcast on Wednesday with much more. So until then, or until we see you all in a minute in the Afterglow on the RV community, thanks for watching.
Happy trails.
Bye, everybody.